March 11, 2025, a day that left Pakistan in shock. The Jaffar Express, a routine passenger train traveling from Quetta to Peshawar, became the center of a horrifying hostage crisis when it was hijacked by heavily armed militants. But why was this train targeted? How did the passengers survive? And what does this attack mean for Pakistan's national security? Stay with us as we take you through the full story of the Jaffar Express hijacking, minute by minute. The Jaffar Express is one of Pakistan's most significant railway services, connecting the provincial capital of Balochistan to the bustling city of Peshawar. On this fateful day, more than 400 passengers were on board, including civilians, railway staff, and military personnel. At precisely 9 a.m., as the train approached the Bolan Pass, Balochistan, an explosion rocked the tracks, forcing an emergency stop. Passengers jolted in panic, some injured by the sudden jolt. Before they could comprehend what had happened, gunfire erupted from both sides of the train. At precisely 9 a.m., as the train approached the Bolan Pass, Balochistan, an explosion rocked the tracks, forcing an emergency stop. Passengers jolted in panic, some injured by the sudden jolt. Before they could comprehend what had happened, gunfire erupted from both sides of the train. A group of heavily armed militants, later identified as operatives of the Balochistan Liberation Army, BLA, stormed the train. Dressed in tactical gear, their faces covered with black masks, they moved with precision, making their way from carriage to carriage.
The gunmen broke into the compartments, yelling orders. They checked IDs and separated military personnel from civilians. It was terrifying.
One of them told us, if anyone moves, they die. They had complete control.
Within an hour of the attack, the Balochistan Liberation Army, or BLA, claimed responsibility for the hijacking. Their demands? The release of Baloch political prisoners and an end to Pakistan's military operations in Balochistan.
The BLA has issued a 48-hour ultimatum, warning that hostages will be executed if their demands are not met.
Pakistan's security forces had to act fast, but the militants had booby-trapped the tunnel where the train was stuck. This made an immediate military operation nearly impossible. Phase 2, the military response Operation Thunderbolt. 6 hours after the hijacking, Pakistan's Special Security Forces launched Operation Thunderbolt. Elite commandos, snipers, and armored units moved in to secure the area. What followed was a 3-hour-long gun battle inside the tunnel. Bullets, explosions, smoke grenades, the fight was intense. By the time the dust settled, 33 terrorists were eliminated. But tragically, 21 innocent passengers lost their lives before the military could intervene. 4 brave Frontier Corps soldiers were martyred in the operation. The Pakistan Army declared the operation a success, rescuing over 150 hostages, including women and children. But this attack left a deep scar on the nation.
This was one of the most well-planned terrorist attacks in recent history. It exposes loopholes in railway security and highlights the growing threat of insurgency in Balochistan.
Balochistan has long been a hotbed of separatist movements. The BLA, responsible for this attack, has been conducting sabotage operations against Pakistan's infrastructure for years. In light of these events, Pakistan must take decisive action. Strengthening security measures, addressing the root causes of insurgency, and fostering dialogue are crucial steps. The nation's stability depends on it. In response to the attack, Pakistan's government has announced new security protocols for railway travel, including armed guards on major routes and AI-powered surveillance systems to detect threats in advance. But the bigger question remains, can Pakistan completely eliminate the insurgent threat? What role will global powers play in this fight against terror? And most importantly, how can civilians be protected from such horrific attacks in the future? One thing is clear, the people of Pakistan will not back down. The Jaffar Express hijacking is a grim reminder of the challenges ahead, but also of the resilience of a nation that refuses to be shaken.
What do you think Pakistan should do to prevent future attacks like this? Comment below and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real-time updates on global security and defense news.